Good morning. All right, this morning we're talking about why FHA, VA, and down payment assistance loans don't suck. And I'm really talking to listing agents who are listening and the opportunities for our agents and the whole real estate market to rally behind those who desperately need to enter into the housing market. You guys, we keep talking about a housing slowdown. There is rock bottom inventory and there's still consistent demand no matter the interest rate. Buyers have become accustomed and they're looking to take advantage. We still have a majority of buyers sitting on the sidelines waiting for interest rates to drop, yet homes that are priced right and staged well are moving for over asking. And you know that as soon as the interest rates do even drop a little, we're going to see much more demand. I've been preaching to my first-time homebuyers to get in now, to remove themselves to the frenzy that's going to happen in the spring if rates do drop in the spring, and get a home today and always look to the opportunity of refinancing. Can't guarantee, but of course, it's a phenomenal opportunity when that comes about. So talking to first-time homebuyers, we're often looking at FHA, VA, and down payment assistance. And I'd lump in USDA as well, but I don't do a lot of rural. I'm mostly Metro Denver, but USDA is right there with it. So one of the reasons why listing agents, and I can't fully disagree, want to pull back on FHA is because of the appraisal. So I want to hit that one right on the nose, right out of the gate. Because yes, FHA appraisals can be more challenging. You have to think this is the original government-backed loan, and they want to make sure that the American first-time home buyer who might have very little to put down is protected. That was the goal of the rules around the FHA appraisal regulations. Now, have they gone too far? I'm not the one to say. However, I can say that if you're walking around a listing and you're thinking like you're bringing your 3-year-old child or 3-year-old grandchild, will that listing provide you heartburn? Right? It's like, will that listing provide you heartburn while your 3-year-old is running around without you by their side? Are there holes that they can put their finger in? Are there things that they can put in their mouth, like chipping paint? Are there crevices between stairs and the walls that they can get their foot caught in? Are there railings too wide, whether it's on the stairs or on the porch or patio, that they can get their body through it? Is there exposed wiring that they can touch and electrocute yourself? FHA and VA alike are going to look not only at safety issues, which conventional will as well, but they're going to look at overall health and safety issues. They're going to make sure that this home that is being transferred has been maintained. How is this home safety level today upon sale and then upon purchase for an FHA or VA buyer? So if you go through and you make sure that it's got downspouts, why downspouts? Seems silly. It's about not allowing water to seep back into the foundation. You want the grading and the downspouts bringing the water away from the house. Are there any cracked glass or broken seals? Will that home become subject to the weather, or will that glass become a health or safety issue? They need access to the roof, VA and FHA buyers do. So they need, or appraisers do actually. So they need access to not only, they're not gonna climb up on the roof, they're just gonna look at it from the ground, make sure that it's safe, but then they need access to the attic. So can they get up into the crawl spaces, whether it's above the house or below the house? And then all of the things, the peeling paint. Of course, if your home is pre-1978 and it has peeling paint, even with conventional, you're going to want to address that with lead paste paint disclosures. But if you walk through the house and it does not have a ton of deferred maintenance items, and it does not scare you to allow your 3-year-old child or grandchild roam the home without you standing next to them, then it is not a home that I would worry about going FHA. Very infrequently do we actually have an FHA appraiser come back with conditions that are subject to, meaning they have to be repaired before closing. So if that's the biggest concern, I want to flip this on the other side, because VA and FHA buyers actually have a lot more leniency. I can get them to the closing table quicker. I can take a conventional save. Maybe it's a deal with another lender and they had it going conventional. I can bring that borrower over, and whether I can fix it going conventional, oftentimes I can always fix it going FHA. FHA allows for greater debt to income ratios. It allows for not only 3.5% down, but you can get gift funds and you can use down payment assistance. People see down payment assistance, they're like, I don't even want you to put down payment assistance on the lender letter. Yet, knock on wood, we've never had a down payment assistance loan not work because it was down payment assistance. In fact, we underwrite those in-house. So you've actually given that buyer a greater opportunity to get to the closing table using down payment assistance, because they don't need their own funds for that down payment, which gives them more money for either an appraisal gap or something that they find in inspection, or something that they find during the loan process that they need to pay off a debt. Those situations give more liquidity to a buyer's scenario and increases their odds of getting to the closing table. So you see that the higher debt to income ratios and the less stringent guidelines on credit history allows for a bigger yes. And I love yeses. I want everyone to get to the closing table. Do you know that VA actually allows for debt to income ratios upwards of 67%? That's insane. Of course, VA looks at household income, however, and they're wanting to make sure that you have enough money left over. But it's a household income. There could be other people in the home that are contributing. FHA, I can go up to 57 with a really strong borrower. That gives me a lot of play. And with VA, the seller credit can actually go towards paying down debts. Massive win in getting that buyer to the closing table, because ultimately that's the goal. How can I help more buyers get under contract, give them the most appropriate and financial stability type loan that will provide them continued success? And then ultimately, how do I ensure and guarantee getting to the closing table on time? Now, conventional is a fantastic loan, and a majority of the buyers use conventional because the majority of the buyers want to get rid of the mortgage insurance once they get to that 20% down. And I get that, and I applaud it. And as an investor, I usually love conventional for people who are stacking properties. But FHA, I can do a 2, 3, or 4 unit property. I can speed up my investing opportunities using an FHA loan, and I only need 3.5% down. As a VA, I can buy a 2, 3, or 4 unit property with no money down. Giving these buyers the opportunity and then partnering it with down payment assistance so it frees up more liquidity, and the fact that we underwrite it in-house, and the fact that we can get it done very quickly is a win-win. Well, I'm going to keep this one short because that's the plug. Listing agents, look further, go deeper, call the lender. What are all the aspects? Why is that buyer going? Well, VA, you know, because it's a much better program for our veterans. But why is a buyer going FHA? It could literally be the smallest of incidences 2 to 3 years ago that's creating a scenario where that mortgage insurance on a conventional loan is outrageous and that monthly payment is too high. That could be the reason. And if that's the reason why a conventional loan buyer is chosen over that FHA buyer, then that's when we got to start thinking again. And we've got to support our first-time home buyers the best we can right now. Right now. Before interest rates go down, demand swells, causing that low inventory that we have and those home prices to go up exponentially. Nicole Rueth with the Rueth team. You guys have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday, and I'll talk to you soon.